What's going on, guys? So it's a rainy day today. I figured do a little teeny tutorial with the Neo before I send it back today because this is my third Neo. Two of them have had really bad times acquiring GPS satellites and locking in. So yeah, I'm gonna send it in and see what happens. Personally, I think there's an issue with this model drone and something going on with the GPS module, but we shall see. Let me know if you guys have issues with your Neo or not. I've heard other people chime in comments saying they've had issues with multiple Neos as well, so I know I'm not alone. But regardless, this is going to be a teeny little tutorial on the app and connecting with your phone and formatting the internal 22 gigabytes of memory and offloading this memory to your computer. So I have my Mac right here, a little Mac Mini. All you need to do is power this on, like so. Boom. Get a little USB-C cable, stick it in Neo's rear end, and then plug this into your USB-C port of your Mac. I can go ahead and do so. I'll do a little screen recording to show you. It really takes a lot to set up a new computer. This Mac Mini has been pretty awesome. So got a studio display, got 64 gig M4 Pro, 4 terabyte internal SSD, and yeah, it was a little investment, but it really is a powerhouse. So let's go ahead and get a screen recording of the studio display. So we'll do a little screen recording of connecting Mr. Neo to the computer. Pretty simple, not a big deal. We're going to plug this into the USB-C port of my Mac Mini. And as you see, we'll get something that pops up that says internal storage. So all we have to do is double click this, open the window a little bit, go DCIM, this folder or subfolder, and then we have all of our content right here. But if you see certain little things, this is 16:9 ratio, aspect ratio. So there's a few things that I think we can get into connecting this to our phone and change some of the settings that I think are important right out of the gate. So this, all you have to do, so you're aware, is obviously maybe on a Mac, just hit Command A, select all, and then drag this into the hard drive you want to put it on. And that's that. So pretty simple to grab your footage off your Neo. Then we're going to go over by the internal storage again. I'm going to hit Control button, eject. So now this guy, I'm going to unplug from my Mac Mini. And now what we're going to do, let me go ahead and stop the screen recording. And then we're going to go and start a screen recording on this guy. So now this is still powered on. We got the Neo powered on. And we got our phone with the Fly app on it. We're going to go into our Fly app, boom, and then we're going to see this little connect button. So it says DJI Neo detected, connect. It's going to search for a little Neo and connect to it, and then we can access the settings for this guy inside the Fly app, not connected or no remote, and good to go. Restart the aircraft, and okay. Let's try one more time. This can be sometimes a little finicky. Join. Use cellular data. I actually unplugged my router for a minute because I needed the light. So now we're inside the app, and now we're going to want to change a couple things. So we can go in the album and we can see our footage that we just offloaded on our desktop or whatever we want to do device-wise. So here's our footage. Not a lot, 22 gigabytes of internal storage, not too bad for a little drone like the Neo because the file sizes are small. But we can go in here, and if we want a picture, a little video clip, say we see something like this flying through this little guy. We can go ahead and hit pause, hit the little arrow in the upper right-hand corner, hit the little 3 dots on the bottom, and just say save video. And that will save whatever you want to pull it off your Fly app and off your Neo onto your iPhone or phone or mobile device. So that's one thing. You can favorite it, but pretty straightforward in this little section of the app. But let's go ahead and change some of the settings. So here we're going to go into the little setting area. We can change all the little parameters. So like follow mode, we can do far, high, close, and just kind of play around with those, seeing what you like. I'm not a huge fan of this, but it's kind of fun for the right circumstance to kind of play and have this thing follow you. But droney, same thing. So all of these things we can change. I would probably max the distance out to get a little bit more visual effect. And there's that. So circle, rocket, spotlight, all the same kind of thing. We can max out the parameters of the height and get a little bit more of a dramatic effect out of this little guy. Photo, camera settings. So we don't have RAW, we only have JPEG. Ideally, with the firmware update, we can get RAW support. That would be really cool. But for now, a lot of times I think it defaults 16:9 aspect ratio. I'd rather have this 4/3 aspect ratio because it's more of a standard photo. And we're going to get out of that. Video. So video mode, we have these 4K 30. We don't have 4K 60. Ideally, DJI comes out with 4K 60 support and a firmware update. Personally, I like the resolution, but at the same time, this drone is a one-axis gimbal, and you may want to go and opt for 1080 60. That way you could slow down the footage and get a little smoother, more cinematic movement. And for something like real estate, that's really all you need. So a lot of the things for, social media or online, 1080 is fine. So you have a few options, but ideally we get 4K 60 support. And then you have the encoding format, H.264, H.265. So just know where those are at. We have the app recording, which I haven't even messed with yet. So you can record to an external mic like I have now, connected to your Neo, and get some audio, which probably could be kind of cool. And then we have storage, which I just offloaded as I showed you onto my desktop. I can format the internal storage by clicking Format, Confirm, initializing. Now we have all 22 gigabytes available to us. And then what else is there? More settings. So we can calibrate our compass and our IMU. We got our battery cycle count. We got control. We can change our unit, so metric or imperial, which would be mile per hour for the US. Voice control setting. I'm not using any of that. Gimbal calibration. So sometimes it's nice to recalibrate the gimbal, calibrate your compass if you're moving a lot or this thing's bouncing around traveling with you. So that's always a good little thing to do. Maybe calibrate your IMU if you're traveling again and going a long distance with it in a suitcase or something. Calibration successful. You could recenter gimbal, stick mode. We're gonna stick with standard mode 2 for most users or pilots. About is gonna give you the ability to change your Neo's name if you like. Wi-Fi, blah, 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 making sure we can check our firmware. And really that's about it. So this essentially is just to show you guys how to offload your content and media off your Neo by connecting it to your desktop or whatever your device is. You can do it to an iPad Pro with a USB-C cable. And pretty simple, go into the Fly app, format the drive so your 22 gig of internal storage is freed up, access all the different options for video and photo and all the different flight modes. So just a little walkthrough of the Neo and connecting to your phone and your mobile device without a remote. And hope this helps, and that's it. Have a great day. Bye.